Hi, I'm Duncan, and I'd like to welcome you to my latest YouTube channel feature. Today, I'll be talking about the universal science fiction horror movie, The Mole People. It's not a title that sort of probably rolls off your tongue, one that a lot of people recall, compared to, say, The Bride of Frankenstein. Um, it came from outer space, I think it was, or Dracula, or The Creature from the Black Lagoon. The movie was made in 1956, around the same time as the Creature franchise. Universal was still making their science fiction horror movies with tremendous care, and tried, obviously don't want to ruin the plot for people who haven't seen the movie. It basically starts off with a load of archaeologists. I think they're in Asia, and they basically find a tablet that talks about another civilization, and they make their way to where they believe they may find ruins, or at least some sort of indication of this lost civilization. So they go up mountains, some beautiful shots of scenery, and eventually they will find an underground world that doesn't look like it's had anybody living in it for a very long time. There's superb matte illustration backdrops which will look fantastic on the big screen, of a ruined city and a ruined underground city, and some very good designs for the surface. But basically, they have to go down into the subterranean environment, where they meet an incredibly unsavory bunch of humans who are led by Alan Napier, who, of course, is very famous as Alfred in the 1960s Batman series. As a good actor, he seems to have put in this case, he seems to put on a Boris Karloff voice to try and make his role as scary as possible, because he sounds very much like Karloff. And the rest of the human beings are pretty not up to much at all, really. But they have the mole people as slaves, and one of the hero, but nobody famous is in the movie. But giving a rundown of the film stars John Agar, who was in quite a lot of Universal, the front man in a lot of Universal films. Cynthia Patrick as the love interest. Hugh Beaumont, Alan Napier, as we've said already, Laszlo Gorog. And makeup, of course, is done by Bud Westmore, who needs no introduction to a very famous family for makeup. It's produced by William Allen, and directed by Virgil Vogel, I think, who was quite a good director. The most famous of the directors who you think about with these type of works is Jack Arnold. But Virgil Vogel does a perfectly good job as a director. The film has got some great moments in it. It's also a little bit sad. Now, when I first saw the movie a long, long time ago, I thought the mole people were destroyed, and I thought it was very sad. But no, they don't get destroyed. The humans probably aren't going to fare very well from their whole living quarters sort of caving in. But of course, the mole people, burrow. So they burrow everywhere, and you see them burrowing in the film. Now, I'm sure they can still burrow, even if their own place was going to collapse. They'd probably be all right. I've just want to introduce you to a little friend of mine. This is what the mole person looks like. This is Nekadu, fantastic figurines of these characters from loads and loads of Universal films. It's quite screaming. I like his eyes. I always go for the eyes. A bit like that in relationships. Mind you, I don't have a relationship with him. Not that way inclined. But there he is in all his full glory. And it's nice that, because they are not the world's most famous, they never made another film, I don't think. This was just one film. It's very nice that merchandise have thought of him and his people. I presume it's a he, I guess. But that's very nice. I think the movie was just a programmer, but one that went out in a double bill probably, or a B movie programmer, or on in a double bill. But it's got nothing. It reminds me very much of the franchise, with all the archaeology of the Mummy franchise. But of course, this only led to one movie, not a franchise. Said there's a very clever working of the world flood legend, or the Noah's Ark, but this deals with another version of the legend, because there's different versions of the legend all around the world. But there's quite a funny bit when they said that, two of them say to each other, "We're going to have to rewrite history if we get out of here." It's sort of the civilization that they're dealing with. It's supposed to be from about 3,000 years ago, and there's a very good use of sound in the movie, where echoes and people hear something tapping, and the film was made with tremendous care. And although it's not a classic, it's certainly well worth watching. If you're a fan of Universal old 50s science fiction movies, well, you should enjoy it. I don't think you can say anything more about it. But if you liked this feature, then please tick the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I cover a variety of different subjects. It'd be lovely to have you aboard. If you want to forward this to a friend, that would be great as well. Anyway, this is Duncan Moss just signing off. So enjoy the rest of the day. God bless.